Hey guys, Hannah Bell, family lawyer, here with another Family Law 101. Now, for those of you who've been watching these or are watching them like in a series or something, you'll know that on the first one, we talked about getting the divorce party started. The only party that nobody ever wanted to go to, right? So then we talked about getting the other side notice, right? That magic pixie dust level of notice required by the Texas Constitution and getting them served. So today, let's pretend for a second that you're the person who got served, right? And the big question is, what do I do next? So you've been served, maybe you've even signed a waiver or whatever. Okay, so first thing you need to do is open the papers. These things are not like fine wine. They are not going to get better with age. So you need to dig in there and open up the mail, just face the music. This is not like, some like coupon you can worry about that came in the mail later, okay? You got to look at it now. So first thing, get it open. Second thing is take a look and see if there's a notice of a hearing and an order to appear. So it's going to be down on the first or second page, kind of depending on what it looks like. You'll see that it says, okay, you are commanded to appear at this date and time for a temporary orders hearing. And that should be like red flasher to you, okay? Because that means there's gonna be a hearing and they're gonna go forward whether you're there or not. And they'll be deciding things about your stuff, your kids, etc. So like put that on your calendar right now, work calendar, phone calendar, paper calendar, whatever, because you gotta be there, okay? So then you've opened it, you've seen if there's a hearing. The next thing you need to do is think about a deadline. So you have until the 10 a.m. on the Monday next after the expiration of 20 days, which what does that mean? It basically means you have almost 3 weeks to get this together. But I don't want you to think about it in terms of 3 weeks because you got to make sure you don't miss this. So think about it like 2 weeks. Okay, put that deadline on your calendar because in that window, you have to respond in some way and appear before the court to get this thing going. So that brings us to the fourth thing you're going to do. You, at this point, really need to talk to a lawyer. Now, hopefully you've got enough money for a lawyer so you can just kind of get the process going. But even if you don't, a lot of lawyers, they'll do a low cost or no cost consultation. And you can at least talk to them about what's going on, what's a petition, what do I do, what's a temporary orders hearing, and get some initial advice to kind of get you along your way. But hopefully, if you have enough money to retain a lawyer, you guys can start right away developing your strategy, because what you're going to need to do is either file, or probably at minimum file, a general denial. And this is different than in the federal rules, but under the Texas rules, you can file a document called a general denial that basically just says, nope, to everything they said. Versus in a federal case, you have to go line by line and admit or deny, and it's a bigger deal. But this is just no, Okay, so you're gonna file your paper, the general denial. You may also consider with your lawyer filing a counter petition at the same time. You're already doing something, so just get it going. And that's the way that you respond, saying you know what? I want these things in the divorce. I want this stuff. I want this and that about the kids. And if you're going to have a temporary orders hearing, you definitely need to do that. But that's something you can just kind of decide. If you don't do it right away, you can add it later. So don't freak out if your lawyer just did a general denial and you're wait, I need to have a counter petition. So they can do it later. I'm sure that's the plan. So Family Law 101, the answer period, responding to the petition, open it. See if there's a hearing, talk to a lawyer, and figure out what you're going to file, right? Don't let it wait. Thanks, guys. Hope everybody's having a great week.